Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our special SBC Founders Meeting. Of course, guys, today is Wednesday, like any other Wednesday, when it's exactly 6 p.m. West African time. We all gather here. The link are always in our back office. You can always get the link for those who are new members. We gather here with Admin Scott. Admin Scott will be giving us some of the updates and the happenings in our community. I want to appreciate all of you who are standing tall in this program. Many of you are still here, very strong and waxing so beautifully for us to move forward. So you guys really, really appreciate it. Guys, we have a lot of updates. Just have to stay tuned, stay muted. All right, no background noise. Make sure you stay muted if you want to ask a question. Probably there'll be a time for question if it is necessary towards the end of the meeting. All right. So we are going to call on the admin. He's right here with us, Admin Scott. Greetings to you, admin. How are you today?
Greetings. I'm doing pretty well today. Welcome, everyone. All right, so let's get into it. So for our founders meeting, October 9th, 2024, I want to go over a couple of quick things. I want to talk about our current membership. I want to talk about SBC Gold's price, what we're planning to do with SBC Gold, hopefully this week, SBFC and our funding campaign. We want to talk about the exciting waterfall program, which is really, really doing well as far as participation goes. I think that the opportunity there is amazing. And then I want to end and focus the main part of our meeting today on the SBC private fund. I know we haven't there hasn't been any updates on it as far as intricate details that were there. So I want to go over everything with regards to the SBC private fund and let you know what that December 18th, 2024 date is all about and what what we're looking forward to. Because I think that there might be some misinformation or some confusion because anyone who understands what the SBC private fund is going to bring to your life will definitely want to be a part of that. The sooner, the better. So let me go ahead and share my screen and get right into it. And here we go. All right, so here we have our dashboard. Our membership count is 5039. I am on good authority that over the next 2 weeks, that number is very likely to go up by 2 or even 300. We have a lot of interested members in our waterfall program that are kind of joined through existing members, but they're not an active member themselves. They're waiting for the waterfall program to pay out to get them active. But I've encouraged them, given them some opportunity to take advantage of that, take advantage of getting active now, because the waterfall program can definitely help them remain active through the rest of the year. So our membership count is 5039. And scrolling down, SBC Gold price is 0.0449. And that's really close to 0.005. Now, there has been some miscommunication and some misunderstanding. There are two goals here. The first goal is for SBC Gold to reach 0.05. When SBC Gold reaches 0.05, we turn on SBC Gold for your back office payments again. That is our intention. And then we will allow SBC Gold to continue being accepted in a way that you can use whatever you have in your custodial wallets. If you have any external SBC Gold, it can be moved to your custodial wallets. and we'll monitor the price very closely. If the price drops back down to 0.04, at that point in time, we put the price controls back into effect, and our next goal is 0.06. The other goal is 0.055. And when we reach 0.055, that is when the administration will give you an additional 50% on your SBC Gold investment, up to a total of $17 for an investment of 33. When we look at the price of SBC Gold, um, we're about maybe $1,000 away from the price of 0.05. We are so close. All it requires is one or maybe 10 members to come in and purchase $100 worth. We've been doing about $100 worth of trades in the last 24 to 48 hours, but we're so close to getting to that 0.05. And if you want to see that 0.05 happen, invest in SBC Gold. The price is just going to go up. I know that once we start accepting SBC Gold again, the membership count is going to go back up. We're going to have a lot of activity, but it's not going to stay active like that. So you need to be prepared to pay in USDT for your account, one way or the other. But again, back up to the 0.055. Any investments in SBC Gold in the month of October that you've already made, if we reach 0.055 cents, then you will receive up to $17 in SBC Gold to match those buy-ins that you've done. It doesn't matter how much you buy. $33 is the minimum. If you buy $33, you're going to get 17. If you buy $10, you're going to get 5. That's just $33 is the maximum you can buy to receive the $17, but you can buy as much as you want. You can buy $100, you can buy $1,000. It doesn't matter how much SBC Gold you buy. Just we're matching up to $33 of your buy-in, and we're encouraging everyone. Eventually, everyone, very soon, we're going to be activating that, and you're going to need SBC Gold. So the way to do that is very simple. Just come up to the new exchange, go to the SBC Gold swap, make sure that you have USDT in your account, and make sure that you have BNB. So 0.01 BNB or 0.011. I think that's not very much. Less than $1 is all that you need in your BNB, and that'll give you the ability to do swaps. And any USDT that you put in there, you'd exchange that for SBC Gold, and it goes right to your custodial wallet. If you come to this page and you encounter that it's offline, just refresh the page. There's probably an update going on right now. But there's a video on how to do the swap, and that's how we're going to get to that 0.05 and then the 0.055. So scrolling down we have 2 orders in the queue. I wanted to go through these details here again. I'm not going to go over them too dramatically, but just to let you know that right on the dashboard, we have everything that SBCO has to offer. We have secure transactions. We have the SBC full program, where you receive 50% bounty for your referrals. We have the SBC Lite program, which is it's an affordable way for you to stay active. And then we also have SBC Gold that has grown over 750% since its inception, and will continue to grow as we continue to use it. Our intention, one thing I wanted to just touch on briefly, is our membership is kind of on the low side as far as those who are going to use SBC Gold. On any given day, 10 to 30 members may be coming up for expiration and need to make a payment. When we were doing K-Love and when we were doing Joy G, we had many more thousands of members. We had a very deep pool of users for those currencies. So even though SBC Gold is valuable and SBC Gold has increased in price significantly since its inception, we only have 2 or 3 thousand members who are actively using it. In fact, this should tell us right here. Okay, it doesn't tell me there. SBC Gold holders up here. So we have 2.8 thousand. So that's 2,844 members that are actively holding SBC Gold. And obviously, our membership is over 5,000. So if we increased our holdings of SBC Gold for our entire membership, and then we were to get our membership boost that we're looking for the December 18th deadline, we're going to start to see SBC Gold become very fluid and very usable. So keep that in mind. Price controls are in effect just to prevent put into SBC Gold initially. Okay, SBC2 or SBFC2. So we have a funding pool that is operation for that, and you can get to that by going to the pre-buy for SBFC2. So far, we have gotten to 17%. In our first week of funding, we went all the way up to 15%. So we're kind of holding at the 17%. Our goal is to get 35,000. When we receive the 35,000 in total, we will put SBFC on the swaps, and we will launch it with a price of $30 per coin. When any of the swaps that you've done here, any of the pre-buys that you've done, those will be deposited to your custodial wallet on day one. And if you have any doubts or any questions about any purchases that you made in SBC or SBFC, that is under the SBC pre-buy, and then you can do your pre-buy history, and it will show you that there are SBC pre-buys in that area. I'm kind of wondering why I don't see any for mine, because I know that you know what? I did, I invested for someone and then transferred their investment to them on their behalf. That's why there's nothing there, but I will put something in there so that I have something to show next time. Going back to our dashboard, the waterfall program. So the waterfall program has been running for about 2 weeks, and for just a $10 contribution, you get one slot with the power to earn 2,560. Now, I want to say that each and every one of these slots, this isn't like the shared bounty program where it's a monthly occurrence, and it accumulates up to a certain amount and then it pays you out. The way that this program works is you have 5 tiers, and you can withdraw at the first tier, you can withdraw at the second tier, you can withdraw at the third tier, or you can wait all the way until it hits the 5th tier. Doesn't matter what tier you're on, you're welcome to withdraw. If you reach that tier, you can withdraw at that tier. But that puts you back to tier 1. So what's going to happen with our investments in the waterfall program, or our contributions in the waterfall program, is when you cash out, it's going to take another $10 of your cash out, and it's going to put it back into tier 1 on your behalf. So it's going to recycle your slot by doing so. When you withdraw, it takes $10, puts it in tier 1 slot, and then you start building back up again. So once you reach tier 1, you can withdraw. Once you reach tier 2, you can withdraw. Tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5. You can certainly you're still gonna benefit if you withdraw at tier 2. Every time you reach tier 2, you withdraw. That's wonderful. That's great. You're going to be able to do that. But the benefit really comes from reaching all the way to tier 3. So if you hold that in there and you reach, or I'm sorry, tier 5, you reach all the way to tier 5, and then you can pull out that maximum 2560. There are some details that will be coming as far as what that 2560 comes with. There's a distribution amount that we're working on, and then there's also kind of like a reinvestment amount. So when we looked at the HHI, the Helping Hearts. They would give away positions for certain tier levels, and that has become an option that we want to look at. That also benefits by giving back to the system. So I'll explain that more detail when we get closer. We are still significantly far away from our goal, but that could be by the end of the middle of the month. We're almost at 50% here. So this is absolutely amazing as far as our progress goes. We have 2,000 slots that we are looking to fill before we turn the waterfall program on. We're at 993 of those slots so far, so that's pretty amazing. And again, in your waterfall program, you can go up and you can hit your contribution details, and this will tell you the amount that you had put in. It'll tell you the payout address, and if you want to change that payout address, you just click on it, and then you can change the receiver address and save your changes. If you see any of the status over here where it says failed, then that's just because your hash didn't work. You can put in a ticket, and we can investigate that. But I think that there's a couple of members that decided that they were going to pay $30 and they wanted 3 slots, but they didn't know how to do it. Well, it's because you can only make a $10 contribution at a time. So if you go to the waterfall program, read the instructions. I can't tell you how important it is that if you just read the instructions, you will not make a mistake. You will not have an error. You have to have a verified wallet. And then when you click on here, it tells you to send $10 USDT in BNB only. If you send more than $10, it's not going to verify, and you're going to have to get help from support. You're going to get frustrated, and unfortunately, there's no way we can avoid that. But the only way that you can avoid that is if you read the instructions. So read the instructions, follow this program very carefully, put your verified wallet address in, and then when this says unique ID, it's basically a username. So when we go back to our waterfall program and the page that we're looking at here, the username SBC admin 1, that is going to be my username for my slot. And as you can see, I only have 1 slot in the system, but you as any user can have multiple slots in the system. You can put 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 100 in here, and you can assign those to your family members. You can give different payout addresses. It's a perfect opportunity to diversify your position in the waterfall program. Because when we turn this on, it's not going to be a first come, first serve. It's going to be a shuffle. We're going to shuffle everyone. And the more slots you have, the better chance you have an advantageous position that could already be on its way to tier 5. So that is a real good opportunity there for you. So without going into any further detail on the waterfall program, I'm going to wrap up the main page. So we have our monthly rewards. Active members are receiving 1,000 SBC. That is a substantial $5,540 that you get allocated to you that is tax-free, that goes into the SBC private fund for you each month. You have the opportunity to earn as little as 1,000 and as much as 4,000 just for recruitment of members and whatnot. You can also you receive a benefit for paying on time. You receive a benefit for recruiting, and if you are a new member, you also receive another benefit of 1,000. So there's no limit as to how much you can actually earn on a monthly basis. It just depends on how dedicated you are to growing our community, and that's definitely an option there for you. Going further down, we have our chart. As you can see, the chart is indicating a absolutely nothing but green candle on our way up, and this is due to the price control. This is how we regrow our how we rally our price. This is totally up to everyone. There is no one who is going to cause that price to go down until we turn SBC gold on. As we turn it back on into the wild, and we turn it back on to being accepted. But it is only growing at this time, and that's the way that we're going to continue that. If you have any questions, you can always click on the Dex tools here. It's going to give you a whole bunch of information. We had a little bit of a glitch with the PooCoin app, so we don't use that anymore. But the Dex tools definitely show you everything that's going on: circulating supply, liquidity, how many holders, market cap, and all those great details. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go to our blog. I just posted a brand new blog this morning. It is actually not posted. That's interesting. Let me go make sure that posts. Stand by just 1 second. Publish. Okay. So before I go to that, I want to go over the October reward schedule very quickly. So there's a blog linked to the first item. Read about our price goal. That those rewards are in SBC Gold. Our SBC membership requirements for the gift. We need to be at 5,500. We haven't been at 5,500, so there hasn't been an SBC Gold gift. If we get to 6,000, the SBC Gold gift is 35. If we get to 5,500, between 5,500 and 6,000, it's 20 SBC Gold. You have your membership rewards, you have your new member rewards, your sponsor rewards, on-time rewards, and for returning members, there's also an additional rewards, and those are just your rewards as you receive. The last thing I want to do before I get into the big topic is the opportunity for expired members. So the developers are currently working on integrating this payment option, and this is a very strict requirement. This is for our returning members, and we are setting the deadline or we're setting the cutoff point for September 1st. If you were a member before September 1st and you're no longer active, right now you have the ability to contact me on Telegram, and I will give you instructions on what to do. I need your email address. I'll need a hash from a successful $10 payment. And for just $10, we will activate your SBC BO. Now, you can also pay $30 and activate from October and November and December. But this program ends in December. So I'm not going to be carrying this any further. We are looking at a December 18th goal of reaching our 10,000 members. And so many, a lot of expired members from months ago, even last year, have come back and taken advantage of this. And all I would require is for you to contact me, give me the email address. I'll make sure that you're valid to receive this offer, and then I'll give you a payment address. Make the payment, send me the hash, and then I will activate your account. I do not need your password. I just need your email address. That's all I need. So it's a temporary measure for me doing this manually. There are a few of our members who are waiting on me right now, and I'll take care of them as soon as this meeting is over with. So we'll get them squared away. And then so to be qualified for the $10 account, you must be expired, and you must have expired before or on September 1st. Please be patient when you contact me, and do not send any payments until I confirm with you. I can accept Ethereum, LTC, and BTC. In addition to USDT, I can accept those to help you out if you have difficulty getting a hold of USDT currency. Our system with SBCBO, we don't have any interface with BTC or LTC or Ethereum, so we don't have any way of accepting those currencies through the actual website. But you do through me. If you ever need me to help you out, I can help you out that way. I have a couple of members that hit me up, and I help them out that way. Going to the way that this is going to work, going to your account, the dashboard menu doesn't work up there. So going to your account, pay for an account, just like you've seen before, pay with USDT. There's going to be a drop down option when you're paying for here. There's going to be three options here. If you qualify for the $10 rejoining payment, that's going to be here. The one thing I want to make sure you understand is, like the SBC Lite program, the $10 program does not pay bounty. You aren't eligible to receive bounty, and you do not your payment does not pay out bounty. So returning members, the reason for this opportunity is to get us to our membership goal, because we have a mandate and a deadline now of December 8th to get to our goal for the best opportunity here. All right, so going back to our blog, I have written this blog here, which is called the SBC Private Fund Unlocking the Power of Gold. Now, there's been some confusion on what the SBC Private Fund is, how it will operate, and I'm going to give you as much detail now as I can and go from there. So let's start and read along. The SBC Private Fund is the central purpose of the SBC community. This fund is designed to tap into the current value of gold, with each SBC gold coin worth 1 grain of gold. Our active members are rewarded with 1,000 SBC coins each month, and they can earn an additional 1,000 SBC for each new referral, along with 1,000 SBC for their sponsor. And sponsors can receive multiple rewards depending on how many referrals they bring in. Each member has the opportunity to earn up to 4,000 SBC, which is equivalent to $5.54 per grain of gold. That means members can earn as much as 22,160 USD per month, and this is tax-free. These earnings can be used to improve your living conditions. You can contribute to charity, support goodwill efforts. You can hire employees, start a business, and secure your family's health. There's so much more that you can do as well. So this opportunity is significant financial freedom for each and every one of our members who are currently a founder and active right now. So why are so many of us holding back? So we've had a decline in membership, and a lot of that membership has come from potentially India and Bangladesh. And there could be a language barrier in regards to India and Bangladesh. There could be some continued local community issues that are going on within the Bangladesh community. We just know that the majority of the members that have fallen off of the active status are from those countries. Not all of those countries, or not all of those, not all the members that have gone inactive are from there, but the majority of them are. And I'm working with the India and Bangladesh community leaders to check in to see what's going on in their communities. I know that one particular leader doesn't speak for the entire country, so there are multiple leaders. There are multiple communities, and India is a large country, and Bangladesh is also a large country. So there's obviously something going on over there that we're not completely aware of. Yes, we've lost some Filipino members, we've lost some Africa members, but the majority have been coming from there, and we've seen a resurgence in activity from the India and Bangladesh community. So they are getting re-energized in what we have to offer here, and I think a lot of that has to do with SBC Gold. So when SBC Gold is back and active, I think that we'll see those community members come back. So we currently have 5,000 members. A year ago, we had 7,000. But we are closer to reaching our 10,000 member goal than we have ever been before. we were close, or we were closer to reaching our 10,000 member goal than we are right now. And so, why do we hesitate? Why do we allow ourselves to fall short of this collective mission? Some complain that the process is too slow. However, these are often the same people who haven't referred anyone, who haven't spread the word about SBC and what we have to offer. The question isn't why is it taking so long, but rather what have you done to advance the mission? The role of the SBC, the sponsors of the SBC private fund aren't members of our community, or if they are, I don't know. They don't reveal themselves specifically to me. I have a couple of contact people, but their actual, I'm sure that they do have members of the sponsors that are in our community and are looking at us very carefully. They're looking at how we communicate. They're looking at how we deal with adversity. They're looking at how we deal with unity. They're looking at all of these things. So, why do we hesitate to share these benefits of the SBC private fund? Some members have been taken advantage of by other members, which is absolutely unfortunate. But that should not tarnish the reputation of SBC. Any experience that you had in TBC cannot be thrown forward into SBC. Yes, some of the members are still there. Yes, the website seems very similar, but what TBC was and what SBC are two completely different things. And anyone who comes in that says, "Oh, but TBC," just put your hand up and say, "Please stop. We're not talking about TBC. SBC is the way forward. We're moving forward." But if you let past experiences cloud your judgment, you're only hurting yourself. There was a time when our former administration created opportunities that required a tremendous amount of faith and effort. Unfortunately, when the time came for action, only a few of our members stepped up. And even the former admin eventually lost sight of the mission, focusing on self preservation instead. I, as the admin now, have supported the SBC community from the beginning. And I was introduced to the community by people who believed in ending suffering that was caused by scarcity. The concept behind TBC, the billion coin, was brilliant. It was aiming for exponential value growth. However, the goal of reaching 1 billion members was just unrealistic. There simply aren't enough people with the vision, wisdom, and stamina needed to achieve that. And it's very likely that between 50% of the global population, they are elderly or they are children. They're young. So the very good possibility is that reaching 1 billion members, instead of reaching 1 in 8, we needed to reach 1 in 4, and that did seem very, very difficult. So we have a new vision for the SBC private fund, and what we need is 10,000 dedicated members. We don't need 1 billion. 10,000 members can make the SBC private fund a reality. Our sponsors have assured me, and I have verified, that their goals are real. However, they're not just looking for numbers, they're seeking members that have education, they're seeking a community, and they're seeking a group that can show technological innovation. Do we have the technology that they seek? Perhaps not. Not in the traditional sense, but we have something just as powerful. We have our minds, we have our hearts, and we have our desire to make things better. We do have an accounting system in the SBC wallet, and we have a structure as far as dispersing those funds. It's an equitable way of dispersing those funds. Just coming in and saying, you can have any part of that fund you want without reasonable limits or reasonable expectations. Somebody can come in and say, I want it all, and they can take it all. Well, obviously, that's not how the fund works. There has to be a accounting for, there has to be an equitable distribution of the funds. And that's done through our rewards program. And they like that. They like that's something that you're not just coming into the community and boom, bam, you are all of a sudden accessing those private funds. When the private fund actually launches, you're going to come into the community, you're going to get yourself educated, you're going to learn what the community is, you're going to learn how the community got to where it's at, You're going to learn how to responsibly use those funds that you're going to be able to access. Now, when I say responsibly is, are you going to go out and buy a yacht? You might. Is that buying a yacht going to benefit somebody? Is that going to benefit your community, your society in whole? Perhaps not. Is that the right decision to make? Probably not. But going out and improving your home, making sure that you have a ample supply of food and water and shelter in your life, those would be the first things that I would do. The first thing that I would do when the private fund launches is I'd get myself debt free. The second thing that I would do is I would improve my home. And the third thing that I would do is I'd improve my health. And all of those things I can do with the SBC private fund. And so can you. It would be amazing. So the fund's potential and our role. The SBC private fund offers access to the rewards, which can be used as if you have direct access to gold. There will be gateways to familiar financial systems, such as the banking system, the credit card system, cryptocurrency, cash, and investments. These opportunities already exist. There are already exchanges and websites and tools that allow you to link your bank account up to a cryptocurrency trading account, and you can even buy gold. You can buy stocks. You can use those assets as cash. You can convert them to cash in real time, stick them in a spending account, and then go off and use them as you see fit. No restrictions, no red tape, just very easy to do. There can be issues when you take from, for instance, like I said, there is Glint, which allows you to purchase gold, and you can hold gold in your account. And you can actually spend your Visa card transactions, your spending account. You can link it to debit the gold on any given day. When you go and you spend, $100 on groceries with your Glint card, it will debit your $100 USD or whatever your currency is out of the gold amount that you have. It'll do a real-time swap of the gold and put that into your spending account and pay your grocery bill. That technology already exists. And the one thing that Embe had mentioned last week in our meeting is that they're looking for new innovative ways to bring that technology to the entire, obviously for Africa, but they're definitely looking to bring that to the entire globe. The ease of transactions, making things easier. Does that mean that it is safe? Does that mean that it is not controlled by the elites? No, it doesn't. We don't know. We don't know what the elites plan for. A lot of times they like to put something out there and say, "Hey, if we do this, would you do this for us?" And sometimes the favor is often having to be repaid with quite a bit more effort. Nobody ever gives you anything for free, and that is something that we all need to understand. So these opportunities exist today. Today, you can easily buy Bitcoin, gold, and stocks through a simple bank transfer. 10 years ago, you couldn't do that. 10 years ago, people would look at you and be like, "What are you doing? I have no idea what you're doing. That's too complicated. It's too difficult." But only that, the regulatory agencies prohibited you from doing that. They didn't like it. They thought that it was going to destabilize their agencies. They thought it was going to destabilize their local currencies. And to some extent, I would say that it has. Destabilizing doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a ultimately negative output, but destabilizing could also mean changing mindsets, and those changing of the mindsets can be for the better. And I think that what MBA experienced is one of those changes for the better. And the program with Glint and Gemini and all those other exchanges, even Coinbase now has those opportunities. These are good opportunities that are making things easier. But our program is going to be quite a bit different. We're going to interface with all of those areas. We're going to interface with banking, your crypto trading platform. We could even develop our own crypto trading platform that will be quite inclusive. one of the things that I've always found pretty frustrating is that this trading platform doesn't allow this coin, and this one over here doesn't allow that coin, and sometimes the prices are kind of different because they're not communicating in real time. Each and every one of the trading platforms out there has their detriments, but they also have their positives. And our goal is to build one that is going to work for our community that will be ultimately positive in every single way. So here is where our sponsors need us. They have access to the resources that the global financial system does not recognize. They have access to resources that are locked away, that they don't have an easy path to get it to the people because the elites prevent them. They prohibit them from doing so. Our technology will find ways around that. Our technology will give us the ability to seamlessly enter into these systems and, if not, create our own that work. So in addition to having a debit card, I know that when we talk about a debit card to the SBC group, yes, there will be very likely a debit card. Is that going to be available on day one? No. The better opportunity that we're going to have is going to be the technology behind the scenes. So something with your cell phone, an app that you install on your cell phone that links your SBC account to the gateway for the financial system, and then you can insert those funds into your investment accounts. You can insert them into your bank accounts. You can go to an ATM and withdraw cash at an ATM even. All of that technology is going to be available to us. We are going to have the funding through the sponsors to do that. The last thing I wanted to mention before I go into the last part here, Admin Jack originally launched TBC with the intention for the coin's value to go up every single day. Every member brought that coin's value up. And the hardest part about that was making sure that when we were doing peer-to-peer trades that we were honoring that price. There was nothing out there that said this price is absolutely the price that you have to trade that at. With any cryptocurrency now, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, if you want Bitcoin, you have to pay the price of Bitcoin, and you're going to get that, whatever you pay into that through the official exchanges, you're going to receive. You can still do a peer-to-peer transaction. You can go up to someone and say, hey, I'll give you $100 for 10 Bitcoin. And depending on who they are, they might do that. I wouldn't, but somebody could do that. It would be silly. But that is what was happening with TBC. You were giving away this valuable TBC, and it was being given away for pennies on the dollar. And we had no way of regulating how that was happening. So the focus became not just TBC, but we started to move into our own cryptocurrencies. But ultimately here, TBC and SBC are completely different things. Edmund Jack was looking for 1 billion members, and he felt that 1 billion members was how many we were going to actually need in order to make this happen. And he thought that the word of mouth, the networking, could get to 1 billion members. That's 1/8 of the entire world's population. It was a very, very high goal. I'm telling you that all we need is 10,000. Admin Jack thought he had to do this all on his own. He didn't have anyone except him and his own ingenuity to make TBC happen. SBC, we have support. We have sponsors that are not just sponsoring us; they're sponsoring other communities that are very similar. The attractment to our community is that we've been around for 8 years. We have a established communication structure. Is our education system the best? No. Is our communication system the best? No. But we have a proven track record of 8 years of really, really communicating our individual, our goals, and everyone here knows when you join the SBC community or when you join the TBC community, you knew where you were supposed to be headed. We're still headed for that same place. And anyone who has lost sight of that, I'm sorry that you lost sight of that, but we are still heading for that same place. And we are so close to being able to get there. We've been no closer than that um, ever before. Admin Jack didn't have the support of these sponsors, and that was due to some of the policies and some of the processes that Admin Jack had put into place. But now that he's moved on, and I have taken over as SBC admin, the founders, our founders, can now take advantage of what the sponsors have to offer at that starting amount of just 10,000 members. So we have until December 18th. December 18th that's the goal of our mission for this year. Can you imagine if on December 18th we reached 1,000 members, and then we contact our sponsors and say, we're there. We've got your 1,000 petitions or 10,000 petitions. And they say, that is absolutely great. Let's get to work. And then we start building our legal structure. And then from there, we issue our notification to the entities of the world and let them know who we are, where we stand, what we're doing. We announce ourselves, and then we put our system into place where we have all of our entities that we have to contact and let them know what we're doing. And then once we've done that process within 3 to 6 months, then we start turning on the faucet. You start having access to your funds through a smartphone app, through a debit card that could be distributed to you, and then you'll start to see our membership grow exponentially. No one is going to want to be left out of this community. So when we reach that 10,000 goal and we start, those are the members that are going to take us through to the goal line. And once we launch this and we activate the fund, that's it. Those are the members that whoever's there on that day, those are the members that are going to have access to this fund at that time. Anyone who comes in afterwards has to go through our education process. And by that time, in fact, on December 18th, if we reach our 10,000 membership goal, our entire website is going to start to change. We are going to have professional educators that are going to come in and they are going to teach you cryptocurrency tactics and financial tactics and funding and investment tactics that you may never have even heard before. That these are concepts that can only be done with unlimited resources. And what I mean by unlimited is you might have a limited amount of resources, but we as a pool, we as the fund do not have limited resources. We have the ability to work as a team. We have the ability to work as a community and make the world better. So here's my last part for this is the real life analogy and what the world is taking from you and what the SBC private fund is going to let you do. And I say that this money is tax free. This isn't government money. The governments can't tax this money. They won't take it away from you. Are there going to be fees for transferring through networks? Probably, but those are fees. Those aren't taxes. Taxes are where the federal government comes in and says, you have X, I want a certain percentage of it. When we talk about fees for transactions or whatever, those are they're transactional fees. It's somebody's got to pay for the service, and that's how it works. But let's use the real life analogy here, the abundance of rain. So think about rain. It's abundant and it can fall anywhere at any time under the right conditions. But imagine that you have one 12-ounce bottle of water while it's raining all around you. Can you just collect the rain, purify it, and drink it? No. In many cases, it's illegal to harvest rainwater. The rain is there, but it's off limits to you. Why is that? Well, in our case, the rain is the fund. It's there, but it's off limits to you. The governments won't let you have access to it, but that's what the SBC private fund is going to give you. It's going to give you access to that abundant fund that is out there. To access it, all you have to do is actively participate and contribute to our community. The opportunity is here. Let's not let it pass you by. That's as much as I can say about the SBC private fund at this time. I hope that it was educational. I hope that we can actually go back and if you take a look way back in, I think June, I put together a financial statement of just the members of our Privy Council and our advisory council. I asked them to report on me, their living conditions and whatnot. And I did an economic report on how your life could improve just by having access to this fund. We are 5,000 members away from reaching 10,000. And with this opportunity, bringing the old members in at $10, you can lock them in for 3 entire months. We can do an advance payment in that way, and then every month they'll receive their rewards. You could pay for them through the end of the year with just that with just $30, or you can do $10 a month, just for those that are expired since before September 1st. So this is an opportunity to bring back members that have been gone for a long time. A lot of those members still have SBFC. We have a blog about SBFC holders, and some of those members even have SBC Gold that were given as a gift, or they might have even pre-bought and just allowed their account to go expired. We are going to start enforcing the abandonment policy, and if you have any question about the abandonment policy, that is able to be found at the bottom of our rewards page. The abandonment policy is pretty simple. If you are not active for 90 days, any coins that you have in your custodial wallet will be put into cold storage. Any coins that were gifted to you, like the SBC gold coins that were given to you for being an active member, those will be returned to the admin. But any of your SBFC or any of the SBC gold that you've purchased yourself will continue to remain there. Also, keep in mind that we've already launched SBFC as a real coin. So on the every week we go through, and if you are an SBFC holder that has recently become active, we will deposit that SBFC2 into your custodial wallet. All right, with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to open the floor to questions or comments, and we'll go from there.
Wow. Thank you so much, admin. That was a brilliant presentation. Well explained. Guys, make sure that you digest this particular meeting over and over again. So the room is open now. The room is open now for questioning. If you have a question, maybe a contribution, I want to say shout out to some of the leaders that are here and they have not been around for a while. I'm seeing some faces, some all new faces, admin, and I want to say shout out to them. They know themselves.
Very good. Yeah, we welcome all of our returning members.
Right.
We understand that there may have been some things that kept you away, or you might have been distracted, or issues in your life have led you to not keep up with what we're doing here. But I think that we're getting very close, and I think that December 18th it's a very attainable goal, and I'm really super excited about it. It's 2 weeks to the end of the year, and it's 1 week before Christmas. I know that we've had in our past we've had a lot of membership rallies that come around the Christmas time. This one is simply logistical. The team that is working on another group who is being supported by our sponsors. That group is going to be wrapping up. They're expected to wrap up their legal challenges by December 18th. So that's why we're trying to hit the December 18th goal, so that we can keep these guys active. The lawyers and administrators that are working in the sponsors community, we want to keep them active and get them engaged right away. And by the first quarter to the second quarter of next year, we'll have our SBC private fund fully operational. A lot of things are when we get that 10,000. I'm not kidding. I'm really really not kidding. You're going to see exponential growth. Once we hit that, and the wheels start turning, and the members can see, oh wow, we are, the train's moving. So hop on now. Get on that train, because once that train gets up to speed, it's going to be hard to catch up.
Okay, we
All
have
right. Looks like we have one question.
right. We have Dr. Godson. You can unmute, sir.
Thank you, Mbe, and thank you, admin. Admin, my understanding is that you want us to be paying our SBCO every month instead of the yearly payment I'm used to making. If I go to that monthly payment, I may forget some months, and it could get me in trouble. Why are we
Yeah.
changing?
Well, the part of the reason that we don't do advance payments, in fact, you can do advance payments now. The way that the rewards were, if you do an advance payment, if you don't have an active payment in the month of, like for instance, the SBC Gold reward, we needed to see an active payment in that month in order for you to receive that reward. If you'd paid 2 months or 3 months or 4 months ahead, it would not show as a payment that came in that month. So we would have to go back and make sure that we corrected it. It was a little bit of a record keeping issue. But the way that advance payments work now is if you want to go into your SBCBO, we don't have the ability to pay 12 months at a time, but we do have the ability to pay 1 month at a time, and you can do that 12 times. And each time that you pay, it'll push your expiration date out 30 days. So you can still do advance payments now. You just have to make individual payments. Alternatively, you can reach me on Telegram, and I can assist you in doing a one-time through and make it easy for you. So you can either do individual month payments. You can do 12 of them all at once, or you can contact me directly, and I can help you out with it. Either way is up to you. I am readily available, that if anyone really needs me, just to reach me on Telegram. If you have something, if you have a special condition, like I have Bitcoin, but I can't exchange it for USDT or something like that, I'm available. I can help. I can do that. So if you need, someone to get you over a hurdle, if you've got everything that you need, but one thing's holding you back, I can definitely help. So, but as far as advanced payments go, you can just do one payment at a time, and it'll push your expiration date out there. And the only thing that I would say is, if you do advanced payments and we do start to receive the SBC Gold gift again, is just reach out to me privately and say, hey, I paid advance. This is when I did it, and I wanted to receive the SBC Gold. I have in my notes to look for people who have made advance payments with regards to SBC Gold. I do have that in my notes, but we haven't been issuing that reward because our membership is currently at under 5,500. But once we get to that 5,500, that will be active again. And I should be able to effectively account for anyone who's in an advance payment kind of thing.
Okay.
So if you want to make it easy, just contact me on Telegram, and I'll get you set up real quickly, or you can
I'm
do it
not on
manually.
Telegram right now. I'm not on Telegram right now. I used to be, but somebody hijacked my account and changed my email address. So it was unrecoverable. Then I started a new one. Unless somebody will add.
You could also open a ticket and in your ticket, just ask for admin to respond to your ticket directly, and support will send it
Okay.
to me, and then I can work at it that way. We
All right.
we just want to make sure that we do it in a secure way so that there's no there's no issues with how we communicate. So,
Okay. Thank you.
all right. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's hear from Mr. Augustine.
Thank you very much. And greetings, everyone. Hope I'm coming out clear.
Sure.
All right. Admin, please, a quick one. In our last meeting, you told us about possibility of when we get to 0.055, sorry, 0.05, it will be opened so that people can make use of it for subscription fee payments. And you also
SBC Gold,
added,
yes.
yes, you also added that it's going to be 50-50. Are we still holding on 50-50 SBCG USDT, or it's going to be purely SBCG when we get to 0.05?
What we can do, what I think is the best way to do it is that, well, that really kind of is up to us to kind of figure it out. So if we were to do 50-50, it's a little bit of a hassle for our members to do 50-50 because you have to effectively do two separate payments, and the tracking on that might take some time. It's a little bit more complicated to do 50-50. So right now, if I honestly, if I would turn on SBC Gold right now if we had the 50-50 process in place right now, because that would allow admin to receive the USDT portion that it requires in order to function, and then any additional funds that come in would go particularly, well, see, this is where it also becomes a little bit more complicated because it can't be 50-50 on the SBC Lite side. So ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to avoid admin having to sell SBC Gold in order to fund our operation. So it would be better off in a 50-50 environment. It would be for like the SBC full program, where the USDT portion goes to admin, the SBC Gold portion goes to the bounty. That would be something that we could definitely do, but it's kind of a little bit of a complicated system right now. I think that ultimately we'll have to just see where we're going to go. I think that we've got about another maybe 3 to 5 days before the price of SBC Gold hits 0.055, unless someone comes in and does something drastic. I think we've got about we probably got about a week. I want to talk to the developers and see which option looks like it would be more feasible. But ultimately, I want it to be an easy process for our members. I just think that we can at times overcomplicate things, and I think doing 50-50 would overcomplicate things, at least for right now. But I'll take a look at it, and I'll discuss with the developers and see what we can do. Right now, it's status quo. We intend to turn on SBC Gold for SBC BO at 0.05, and that's just where we're at for right now. USDT up until then. You'll still be able to pay with USDT as well. So we're always going to accept USDT. What we had originally intended, what we'd hoped for, was to be able to take if someone paid in USDT, and we can still do this. If somebody paid a SBC full program in USDT, then the admin portion can be taken from the USDT, and then the additional, whatever the bounty is that's actually in USDT, can be purchased. What we could do is we would swap for SBC Gold and then pay the bounty with that. That was our original intention. That was something that would really work out as far as helping the price out. It would kind of offset any of the cells as well. But the developers have not had that opportunity. So that's another thing to talk about too, with my developers. But let's just look at it as these are potential possibilities. I'm not going to say for an absolute certainty that on this date this is what we're going to do. Let's just stay with the status quo, which is USDT up until the point where we reach 0.05. Yeah, 0.05 cents. Yeah. When we reach that, then we can turn on the SBC Gold, and we can still work on those other options while we're when we're in that process. So the developers have kind of been they're in a part of the country where there's been some severe weather lately, so they're not completely taken out. They're not impacted too terribly, but there is some minor impacts on the developer side that they've been a little unavailable lately, but I will be able to get them to get back up in there and get that done. We also have to keep in mind that we're watching very carefully the waterfall program and the developments there, and the SBFC2. So those are all active and open projects for the developers, and any change that we're going to do with the payment process, the payment process is very big because the amount of work that we've had to do to secure it and everything like that. It's literally the biggest part of our website as far as how much resources it takes to make it work. I miss the days of when we accepted BTC and Ethereum, to be honest with you. So any other questions?
Yes. All right. The second question is lately a number of people has been like, what if I want to make use of my SBCG? And that takes to the next question. When we open the room for people to make their subscription fee payment using SBCG, let me assume at this point we're still going to use SBCG 100%. Would there be room for people to also make a little withdrawal within that window period, or it's going to be strictly for only making payments using SBCG?
Well, we've already set down in our price protection program how that will work. So while the price is where it's at, and while the users of the coin is where it's at, we're not going to do the swap. Yes, you'll be able to use it for your SBCBO, but we're not going to. We do have the ability to turn on the swap for USDT, so you can swap it back to USDT. But we just don't feel that the value is there, particularly because what's happening when you withdraw, or what's happening. So we're not going to let the SBC Gold go to an exterior wallet. We have to exchange it before it can go out. So if you want to take your SBC Gold and withdraw the eligible funds, and in fact, all of our original investors should have, by the end of this month, should be fully able to withdraw all of their original investment. That's what they should be able to withdraw. But we don't want to have the withdrawal go on with the price that it's at, because if every one of those investors withdrew at that time, it's gonna tank the coin. So price protection is key, and I think that every single one of us wants us to maintain that price. So allowing mass exodus where people are going to be abusing the spirit of our coin. And if you go back and you read the original white paper, the white paper says we are planning to keep this in a controlled environment. So if everyone wanted to withdraw all of a sudden, all at once, it would destabilize the coin, and then what's the point of that? So we don't want that to happen. It's part of the design. It's part of the acceptance that you make when you purchase it. So that that we're working towards protecting that price. The more users we have of the coin, and the higher the price, the better the stability of the coin is going to be. So we've had some really good success with the coin, obviously, with its price increase, but there's been so few of our members really that are engaging with SBC Gold. So we really need to find a way for our members to engage a little bit more with SBC Gold. And I think opening it up to accepting it for SBC BO would definitely be very advantageous. But we also give them that USDT option. So that USDT option kind of gives them a safety blanket. And sometimes it's easier to just do USDT than to go and do all the swapping process. So I understand that. I'm looking for suggestions. So, if our advisory council wants to come up with some suggestions on how to better utilize that. But I think as far as the swapping goes, in our price protection program that we put in, so if you go back and look at that blog, it shows where the price needs to be in order for us to accept limited swaps. So take a look at that if you have any questions. It's a more recent blog, and it's actually linked in the October rewards blog. So if you need anything there, it's going to be there.
All right. Thank you so much. I do appreciate your feedback. Very good. And if I would make a suggestion, I think your idea is a good one. When we get to 0.05, perhaps in a few days' time, I don't think there will be need for us to go about 50-50, since there won't be room for withdrawal by members who have their coins matured, and they'll have to hold it for a little longer. And then what will be needed is just for them to pay for their subscription fee. And if they really need to make it pay for one or two other people, then they can swap their cash in exchange for what they have in the system. I think that's a good one. But then there is a question that something that I'm concerned about, and I just want to know, how would you be able to track it? Would it be that when you open it for people to pay, it will be running in real time? When people make payments, it reflects in the market immediately or not? And if it's running in real time, will it be possible for those who purchase the coin outside to use it while they're having the coins outside? Or it will still be locked outside, and only those inside will be able to make use of it to pay subscription fee while it's running on real time? I don't know if I made sense.
I kind of understand what you're trying to get at, but what we have already had in place when SBC Gold was live in the market and also being accepted, that's going to be essentially the same. That's going to be the same environment. Okay. Now, what we could do is we could keep SBC Gold in the SBC BO and make it so that members can pay with SBC Gold locally in our system, but they don't have the ability to buy or sell externally. So that is something that we can still do. You can still purchase internally, and then the only way that the price would go down is during the inevitable times where admin has to make a sale in order to for operations. So that leaves us that window of that 0.1 cent or that 1 cent price variance. So we don't want to we still want to encourage people to purchase SBC Gold through our site so that we can bring that USDT in and make those swaps internally. As far as real time goes, our swap internally keeps track of the real price and the changes that would be made to the price. So it's not the actual live price in our price The only time that they are in sync is when we've completed all of our transactions. When new transactions are building, our website will show a higher price because we're anticipating what that price is going to be when that swap actually occurs within the next 5 to 6 hours or something of that nature. So our system it's actually extremely accurate. I haven't seen it been off once, so I'm pretty impressed with it.
All right, beautiful. Last question before I sign out. Some people are of the opinion that they want to move their coins into the custodial wallets because they bought it from outside. And at what point would there be room for them to do that?
Again, that's kind of a developer question, because what would need to be done is we would need to ensure that there's a timing factor involved in that, because the coins can't move externally until the contract is unlocked. So I think that what we would be able to do, and I'll have to talk to the developers about it, but you can pre-queue a transaction through MetaMask, and then it can sit there in a pending status. And then when we open the contract to do our normal swaps, we can allow that trade to come in, or that transfer to come in. I have to talk to them about that, but I think that that's something that we're definitely going to be able to do, so that you can get your funds into the custodial wallet where they're usable, for sure.
All right, thank you so much. So the last thing I'll say is we are 999. 1 more to get to 1,000 in our waterfall program. I'm grateful to you guys. You guys are doing a good job. Kudos. All right, I'm signing out. Thank you very much, admin. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, thank you, admin. So what can be the take-home message, admin?
All right, so I actually thought about this one up in front. So our take-home message is: let's grow again and let's succeed again.
All right, guys, everyone, let's unmute and I'll say let's grow again, let's succeed again.
Let's grow again.
Let's go again. Let's succeed again.
Let's grow again. Let's succeed again.
Thank you, Mbe.
Let's go again.
Thank you, everyone.
Let's grow again. Let's succeed.